Hello everybody and welcome to this fourth Saturday garden update for June. Here we are looking in the aviary. There's all the buddleias on the left hand side in the gutter. Some of those are getting really big, so I'm going to take some of these out and put them in the tanuki, like I've done with some of these over here. So there'll probably be some more for next month, but for now it's all sitting here. There's some runner beans, overflow runner beans. I've also got these ones here. These are all Enorma, what is it, the breed, the variety. There's some flowers already growing up through the wire. All these tanukis, the buddleia tanukis. I've never tried these before, but I've got several growing. I've already had to trim this one. It's a buddleia growing on an old stump that's tied in, for example, but yes, I've had to keep trimming it. Eventually this will thicken out and you'll get like a little miniature tree with a nice looking base, hopefully in just a few years. And I've got the same sort of thing with all these others, these regular maples. We go down here, you can see they've all got pretty nice stumps, pretty nice bases, all dead material. But yes, these runner beans down here, these are the failed ones, but I've just left those there. And I'll reuse the pots maybe later if I get a requirement to do so. Here's the buddleia, doing really nicely. The little one I planted is struggling a bit here because of the positioning, I think. But this one here has really started to grow nicely up to this sort of height now. Will be some nice flowers. The bench is cleared away a little bit. I managed to create some space. I'll show you where I've got all of the plants that were on this little bit here. So I'll be able to definitely get some more plants growing. Here's these tanukis. These are the buddleia tanukis I'm going to keep. I'm going to hang on to because it's on a nice stump that was a buddleia. The buddleia that I had over in the corner there behind the shed. This is a buddleia tanuki as well. I had to trim that back so it should thicken a little bit at the top and it looked like a little miniature tree of some sort. But yes, looking forward to seeing how that turns out. In the greenhouse is now pretty much all of this year's peppers. I started these peppers in a hanging basket. Well, not in a proper hanging basket, but in a big flower box chained to hanging off of one of these things. Next year, I'm probably going to just use simple old regular hanging baskets. And then I can put sunflowers in one and these peppers in the others. Might be a little bit easier. Here's these older peppers. These pepper plants at the back are not 2023s, but the year before. So these are already 2 years old. And these survived the winters. I think that's just because they were all here where they are for much of the winter and that frost, and they've made it. Here's some others. These are cuttings. I don't know how well some of these are going to take. This is a strawberry plant, which I think is starting to grow from the fresh leaves in the middle. Yes, another plant from work that they were throwing away. At the bottom, or at the back, right in there, I've got all my cuttings. I've put my cuttings on the ground because the moisture lasts longer down there. So I've got some rose cuttings, and those are Hebes, but those are white Hebes, not the purple. These are all same sort of thing. I don't know if any of them are going to take, so we're going to wait and see. On the ground here, I've got all the trees, lots of trees, rescued plants. There's some hawthorns. I think there's a hawthorn there. Yes. So I'm just leaving these. These should be fine. Over here, these cuttings, these were all cuttings from this tree here. This is the parent tree. And I think this is the tree that I got from, it's in one of my earlier videos. I can't remember how long, but I pointed the camera over there and it was between that gap between where that white strip is to the left of the tree here, but to the right of the apple tree and to the left of the play. It was right in that gap. So yeah, that little tree has already given all those cuttings. Looking forward to seeing how they turn out. Over here, I've cleared away this little area. I've put just some rocks there. This is the runner beans. These runner beans are hybrids between Enorma and my white runner beans. They look like Enorma, but these are all definite hybrids. Next month you should definitely see if there's any difference between these and the Enormas, and there should be a few white ones in there, but so far none of those have shown up. These are all, oh no, yes, correction, there is a white one, but most of them are hybrids, so there might be another 1 or 2 white ones, but they should all be these hybrids. Over here we've got all this soil still. It's so much easier to manage a compost heap like this because I can just bury all the grass in here with a shovel. There's no awkward scrambling in the compost bins anymore. So much better space-wise. Here's some water lilies. These are slightly past the best, but this one's still quite, I think this was the youngest one, and it's now the only one that's looking its best. So through here, I've still got all these flower pots, so I've still got plenty of room for more plants. These maples are going to need trimming back. Some of them are starting to grow. The air layering in the apple tree, I had a look at that, and there's no roots. It's all just like calloused. It's like how the inside of those, how batteries go when they're in those like alarm clocks and stuff. They sometimes start leaking. It looks a bit like that. Not very... not been very lucky with them. Here's some more maples I've got that I'm growing as tanukis. Don't know how they're going to turn out, but it might take a few years for them to look good. These are all the hebes. The hebes have started to flower. Oh my god, they look amazing. I've got all the buddleias at the front. These are just, I don't know what these are. I think they're just like light purple, so the same sort of colour as the hebes. And here I've got, there's the white hebe. That, I know these turn white, these purple ones, so it's not really a new colour as such, but a few of these, they're white from the very start. They should help it look nice. I've got all the spireas, and I've got the acers in there. The rose cutting is somewhere. There it is. There we are. And this is the way I'm going to try and get my garden in the future. Just get all the pots and move them along here. And I've been digging into the garden. I've been laying down, sort of moving stuff that was in the garden to the back. Like I've put those were at the back. But I've been putting the roots and the stuff I dig up, I've been chucking them or planting them in the back here. But I can just keep all of what I'm into, all of the plants I'm growing in here. And then I can easily take these out and micromanage one at a time. Yes, I've got all the oak trees, sunflowers. I potted these up because these were all just, I was watering these and these were just dying, well, wilting over. And here's 1 or 2 others. So I'm gonna do some more of this. I'm gonna try and save any nice flowers. So these here, Montbreche, I'm gonna move those as I've already got there. I'm just gonna move them to the back so that I don't lose them. But yeah, the rest of this is all just weeds. So we'll see. The spirea, I'm gonna probably move this here near the hydrangea. And yes, I've got those plants. They're all looking nice. Now these are all going to stay over there on that side. But yeah, there's the garden.